In a serene temple nestled in the hills of Tibet, lived a monk named Tenzin. Known for his wisdom and calm demeanor, Tenzin was admired by all who visited the temple. He was, however, haunted by one challenge that he could not overcome, a towering mountain that loomed on the horizon. Every morning, he would perform his duties, meditate, and then gaze at the mountain, his heart yearning for the summit that seemed perpetually out of reach. Tenzin had attempted to climb the mountain many times before, but the treacherous paths and unpredictable weather had always forced him to retreat. Despite his previous failures, Tenzin never lost the desire to conquer this formidable peak. He believed it symbolized all the inner obstacles he sought to overcome in his path to enlightenment. One day, while preparing for another attempt, Tenzin's mentor, the aged and wise Lama Dorji, approached him. "Tenzin," he began, "why do you wish to climb that mountain?" The young monk paused before responding, "Because it is my greatest challenge, master, and I cannot allow myself to give up on it." Lama Dorji nodded, contemplating for a moment, and then imparted a small pearl of wisdom. "Remember, Tenzin, the journey to the top is not only physical but also mental. It is about finding the strength within to keep going, no matter how steep the climb seems." With renewed determination, Tenzin set off on his journey. This time, he was careful to plan each step meticulously, adapting his strategies to cope with the mountain's challenges. His perseverance was tested by blizzards, narrow ledges, and the sheer fatigue that clung to his spirit. But he pressed onward, his heart fortified by the words of his mentor. Days turned into weeks, and as Tenzin approached the summit, he felt a profound change within himself. The mountain had not only tested his physical capabilities, but had also forged a steadfast resolve that he hadn't realized he possessed. Finally, as Tenzin reached the top, the sight of the world spread out beneath him was more than just a view. It was a testament to his journey, a symbol reflecting the strength of never giving up. As he stood there, enveloped by the vastness of the sky, Tenzin understood that the true power of perseverance lay not in the accomplishment itself, but in the unwavering spirit to face any challenge, no matter how daunting. The mountain became a pilgrimage for other monks who sought the same enlightenment Tenzin had achieved. And whenever one faltered, Tenzin was there to remind them of a simple truth, that the height of any mountain can be conquered when you embrace the power of never giving up. In the serene mountains of Rintala, there once lived a young monk named Li Shun. Known for his humble demeanor and unwavering focus, Li Shun spent his days meditating and helping in the village. The elders of the temple saw potential in him and decided to give him a special task, to retrieve the mythical artifact, the Pearl of Wisdom, from the treacherous cave of echoes. Li Shun bows to the temple elders, receiving their blessing for his journey. He is filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation as he sets off. As Li Shun walks through the dense forest, he meets an elderly traveler who warns him of the trials ahead: harsh winds, steep cliffs, and cunning illusions. Despite the risks, Li Shun's determination is unfazed. He climbs the first steep hill, feeling the wind's chill biting at his skin, but continues his journey. At the stone bridge, a sudden storm looms over him. He slips but uses his robes to steady himself, narrowly avoiding a fall. Arriving at the foot of Mount Kale, Li Shun encounters a talking raven on a gnarled tree. The raven offers shortcuts for a price, but Li Shun refuses, trusting his own skills and path. As night falls, he makes camp under a cluster of trees. He meditates, drawing strength from within, and renews his focus on the task ahead. Li Shun faces the wall of whispers, a barrier that challenges his resolve with haunting cries of failure. He recalls his training and silences the doubts, pressing onwards. Exhausted, he reaches the Cave of Echoes, the entrance hidden behind a waterfall. Li Shun pauses, breathing in the cool air, preparing for the final challenge. Inside the cave, illusions manifest. Past failures and tempting visions of an easy life appear. Li Shun stays anchored by his purpose, chanting silently to maintain his clarity. He finds the pearl of wisdom atop a crystallized pedestal, surrounded by swirling shadows attempting to snatch it away. Realizing the power within him, Li Shun stands firm against the shadows, his persistence like an unyielding flame. The shadows dissipate as he approaches the pearl, the air calming. The cave's illusions vanish, revealing a serene chamber. With the pearl of wisdom in hand, Li Shun retraces his steps, his journey lighter now, both in spirit and burden. On the way back, he helps a wounded fox, remembering that kindness is part of the strength he seeks. In a peaceful monastery nestled within the secluded mountains, there lived a young monk named Heron. He was known for his unwavering determination and tireless spirit. Despite his dedication, Heron struggled to master meditation, a skill essential to any monk. This story begins with Heron sitting on a sun-dappled rock in the monastery's garden, closing his eyes, determined to lose himself in meditation. Scene 1. Heron repeatedly tries to meditate, but is distracted by every rustling leaf and distant bird call, his mind wandering far from the present moment. Scene 2. The wise abbot notices Heron's struggle and offers him guidance. He advises Heron to embrace each distraction as a wave, watching them come and go without resistance. Scene 3. Taking the abbot's advice to heart, Heron tries again. Yet his impatience with his lack of progress grows, fueling his self-doubt. Scene 4. Frustrated, Heron takes a walk through the woods. There, he meets an elderly monk, Jorin, who shares a story of his own youthful struggles with meditation. Persistence, Jorin says firmly, is the key to defeating the doubts that plague us. Scene 5. Inspired by Jorin's words, Heron returns to the garden, practicing forgiveness towards himself each time a distraction arises. Scene 6. During a community gathering, Heron learns about a neighboring monk who is known to levitate during meditation, an ability that fascinates and motivates him. Scene 7. Though intrigued, Heron realizes his goal should not be the feats of others but his peace. With renewed focus, he dedicates himself to daily practice. Scene 8. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. The routine becomes second nature. His distractions lessen, and he begins to feel moments of stillness. Scene 9. As seasons change, his persistence earns him small victories, a little longer focus, fewer distractions. Scene 10. One stormy night, a strong wind howls, perfect for testing his newfound sense of peace. Tomes slam shut, and lanterns flicker, yet he remains unfazed. Scene 11. Heron's perseverance draws the attention of the abbot, who notices the young monk's progress and offers deeper teachings. Scene 12. One day, Heron experiences a profound moment of clarity. His surroundings blur, and time feels elastic. Scene 13. Other monks, inspired by Heron's determination, also begin seeing the fruits of their efforts, adopting his resilience. Scene 14. Heron's journey becomes emblematic within the monastery, teaching others the beauty of patience and persistence.